All right, let's start here. Google has been the leader in artificial intelligence for many years and is now taking the next step in that particular field by releasing its Lambda technology to the general public. Lambda is their language model for their own version of ChatGPT. It's a dialogue for applications, and it was developed by Google's AI team quite some time ago. In 2020, an engineer claimed that Lambda was sentient, or at least appeared to be so, which caused quite a stir in the AI community. However, Google dismissed those claims and stated that they were wholly unfounded. Lambda is now set to be released to the general public, as I mentioned before, and it will allow the general populace to actually interact directly with the technology. ChatGPT program itself, which was Microsoft backed, that particular chatbot has become quite the sensation, especially in recent months. In fact, the month of January saw an overwhelming number of people utilizing it. I think it's already stepped past version 20 and is headed into, well into the 20s now. It has reached about 100 million users total, at least at the time of this recording, and has been used to create all kinds of content. It's created school essays, job applications. In fact, talked about in one of my 6-minute dailies, there's actually now a bot to check and see if you've cheated to do your homework with chatbot. Doesn't make a lot of sense because now you're just going to develop a bot to defeat that bot. When you get into it technically, ChatGPT is a generative form of AI technology. It's essentially being trained with vast amount of data, text, images, etc., and can create content from essentially prompts. In fact, that's going to be a language to be successful in AI, is mastering the idea of creating prompts to generate what you want from something like ChatGPT. OpenAI is the company that's behind ChatGPT, and they've also developed lots of other AI mechanisms as well, such as DALL-E and tools like that. The success of GPT has basically put a firecracker under big tech companies, kind of lighting them to action. And so they're all pivoting towards different language models that work to facilitate generative AI. Microsoft is obviously one of OpenAPI's financial backers. And they're, of course, they're actually placing this generative AI product into many of their own products. They've launched a premium version of their Teams program with OpenAI's ChatGPT as a part of it. So you're going to start seeing generative results even in their Bing search engine. So they're trying to get the jump on Google there. Google's also releasing their own AI chatbot, the Apprentice Bard, which I think will be kind of an interesting toy to play with. It uses the Lambda technology, which sounds like it'll be a little bit more conversant in various languages. Sundar Pichai himself has said that the chatbot technology is going to be integrated into Google as part of its rollout, which means you might get better search results going forward. Although, to be fair, all of these AIs have been trained in language models and with language models and restrictions that do not allow for it to venture outside of woke ideology. So they're already fairly tainted in the world, which is a real problem. Ideological chatbots, ideological AI is always a bad idea. But anyway, soon you'll be able to interact directly with Google's most powerful language model. I imagine that that'll be, like I said, quite a toy to play with. They've talked extensively over at Alphabet about both Lambda and Palm, essentially that they're mimicking sort of a neural net. They're kind of trying to figure out how mimic the structure of a brain in computer form. Of course, this is a very large language model, and in order for it to be built out, as I mentioned before, they've had to feed it tons and tons of data. Google's actually probably the best positioned developer here because of their sheer volume of access to websites and information that they've had for, almost 2 decades now, I believe. So I would imagine that Google's chatbot technology is going to have an even more significant impact. I'm curious, have you ever interacted with this type of thing? And if so, what were your thoughts around it? Is it a little terrifying? Of course, if you're interested in more of these technological advances, you can certainly check out this video right here, covering technology all the time here, especially on Tuesday. After all, this is a Tech Tuesday. It gives you lots of background on some of the big tech and even gaming news that occurs from time to time. I'm just going to encourage you to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because good hygiene. And until next time, bye.